Welcome
Welcome
to another episode
episode 4
of the Bold Colts podcast. Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Midwest, 2 hours north of Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium.
Ripping it.
Guys, welcome to the 4th episode of the Bold Colts podcast.
Thank you.
This is our overview episode. First and foremost, we want to say, hey, New Year 2020. Welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year from the Bold Colts. This is Kendall. I'm sitting here across from Jeremy and Ian.
What's up?
We're bringing you some
Hello.
Bold Colts talks, some topics of discussion today. So today, like I said, overview, we're going to be talking about the summary of the season because the season is over for the Colts right now.
Not playing anymore.
They are done for the year. And then we're going to do a kind of look at Jacoby Brissett's performance overall for the season.
Yeah, good overview on Jacoby. for
Kind of look at
2019
that. Maybe
season.
compare it to his previous season that he started for us.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be looking at our choices, each of our choices for the top 3 draft picks, which is 3 picks in the top 45 picks, the first 45. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then we're going to be talking about our favorite rookies. So
Favorite rook.
the season's over, guys.
Wow.
29.
The
19.
season's over. It was a interesting year of football.
Nail biter. Season really glued to the couch.
I mean, everyone's
one
not just the
possession.
Colts. I mean, all the games. Everyone played crazy this year.
Yeah, some
How about
awesome
the AFC
games.
South?
Nothing
man?
was ever a given.
It was a tough division. I mean, top division in the AFC. So
Yeah.
that's something to be said. And we were right there in it till about 3-4 games left in the season. We were out of it. So
Looked like we were tanking at the end there. Reich showed he
It
could
did
run the
look
ball.
like we were tanking.
I liked
It was
Reich
not
running the
looking-
ball more
Yeah.
this year.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah. With a tool like Marlon Mack, and then a couple of those, like a Swiss Army, running core.
Yeah, a little.
Just started flipping out those
different kinda
those
guys.
guys, and they were able to
seventh,
get some
yeah,
chunk
seventh in
yards.
total rushing. It was not top 5 like we wanted, but it was a solid season.
7's not bad though.
It's not. Anytime you're top 10 in rushing, and the Colts haven't had a top 10 rushing, and God knows how long. It had to be at least 10 seasons. So, it's been a long time coming, and that's a good part we can take away from this season.
Yeah.
For sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah. The defense, to me, showed, they had some impressive moments, but they stayed pretty level from last year. I think there was some growth by some more young guys, and you can chalk it up to that, but similar sack numbers, similar yards and versus average run.
Mm-hmm.
They had 15 picks both in 2019 and 18. Let up the same amount of pass yards, 4,000, same amount of TDs. Pretty lackluster from them. There was a lot of rookies up on the field, and you saw like 5 of them at some points. But
Yeah.
yeah, they stayed pretty much the same, level-headed statistically compared to last year.
That's good.
Yeah, 13th ranked overall. I mean, it was a solid season. Looking back in retrospect, it's just been a good season for Marlon. He had the first game with 174 yards, a touchdown versus the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think Marlon was the highlight of the year for me. He really kept the Colts going and kept it close in those games.
Well, the pass game struggled, so he had to step up,
Yeah,
and he did.
Yeah, he did. He did big time, and he was with a fractured hand in those last weeks too. So that's something to be said. Just had surgery and came right back 2 weeks
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Bounced right back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We needed him.
Yeah, definitely. So this mountain theme that Frank Reich likes to talk about. Um, we started the season with a broken tool, and that's Andrew Luck, and we started the climb with our best tool was broken. So
It's still painful to hear his name.
uh,
Yeah,
Then-
it's still like surreal.
It still
Like,
stings.
then
That happened 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
or was it?
I mean it still stings. It was such a crazy retirement announcement.
yeah.
The whole thing that went down just to start the season. Then Adam Vinatieri, we find out that he's a broken carburetor, and that's the piece that locks you into the mountain. It's the
Yeah.
one you put every
Yeah, the
10
clip.
feet.
Yeah, I keep my keys on one.
Yeah. So Adam Vinatieri, turns out, he's broken. He's the most solid one we've always had, and he's just broken this year. So now we
That
are
clip.
now we're close to falling off this mountain at this point, and Jacoby's down days. I mean, he had his good days. He had 300-yard games, 200-yard games. He had 6 games without a touchdown passing.
Ooh.
He had 2 games injured where he didn't play. The last 3 games Jacoby played, 165 yards, 119 yards, and 162 yards. That's versus New Orleans, Carolina, Jacksonville. 0 passing touchdowns.
That's rough. And what was the score on the Carolina game? It was 38 to
7, I believe.
something along those lines.
But yeah, the New Orleans game, it was 7-34. We lost at New Orleans. He threw for $165.
38 to 6
No passing touchdowns. 38-6.
on that Carolina
So then
game.
he comes back to the Carolina game, throws 162 yards. But what was the score?
38 to 6.
38-6. Throws only 162 yards, and we win that game, 38-6.
That's all running.
0 passing touchdowns.
That's all running.
Then we go to Jacksonville, where we haven't won in 5 seasons. Jacksonville beats us 38-20,
Right.
and he throws for 162 yards. So
Lackluster, and if you can
We
compare
fell
his
off that mountain.
performances to 2017 too, from this year to that, I know Chris Ballard always wants to throw 2017 out the window when he talks about Jacoby Brissett, but his numbers are eerily similar. He threw for the same amount of passing yards, around 3,000 this year, like 2,942 this year, and 3,098 passing yards in 17. His completions percentage was 60% this year. It was 58% in 2017. His yards per attempt were 6.6 each year, and he had 200 yards rushing each year and 4 rushing touchdowns. The only difference is he threw for 5 more touchdowns in a Frank Reich scheme compared to Chuck Pagano. So Brissett's biggest performance, I think enhancement you can look at is he's thrown for 5 more touchdowns compared to his 2017 year.
So it's an improvement.
It's an improvement.
It's an improvement.
The question is
Is it enough?
has he topped out on that?
But
Have we seen
the improvement-
the height of it?
let me
'Cause
say-
they're similar besides that.
the improvement is from 13 to 18. So we're not talking about it would be one thing if you went from 25 to 30 or 20 to 25 even. But from 13 to 18, I mean that's still below average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
So it's not even at average yet. So next year he's already been in the system for 1 year. So let's say he throws 3 more touchdowns if he plays all season next season. 3 more. So he throws 21. And then he's probably tapped out right there because that's 2 years in the offensive system. That's him 3 years being a starting quarterback. That's who Jacoby Brissett is at that point.
Right, but you also got to factor in how much work did he have going into this year. I mean, probably not as much, but a comparable amount to Luck working with Frank. When it comes to reps and stuff, how many reps did he have with the practice squad when they started the season? They were talking like it was like 1,200, 12,000 or something.
No,
he
practiced
it
the
was
whole
like
off
a full season going into this that he had already worked with them.
That's right.
So I mean, just because he didn't play with them, he's been in the system and he's had the reps, and he has had almost the same amount of time that Andrew Luck did playing with that system.
Yeah, he's had plenty of time. He's had a lot of starts before this season, and he's had a lot of he has experience.
And it's hard to compare Andrew Luck and Jacoby Brissett. They're two completely different quarterbacks.
Yeah,
play styles completely.
you
different.
can't compare them. Yeah.
Well, Andrew Luck threw for 1,600 more yards last year than Jacoby did this year, so that would be an equivalent 1,600 more yards than Jacoby. So that's equivalent to Jacoby playing 8 more games.
That's hard.
So Andrew Luck, we've seen the advantage of bringing up Andrew Luck still, and Colts fans, is we've seen that the elite play, and we can still compare it to what we need.
Right.
And 8 more games to get the same amount of yards just shows you that, I think we can all be in agreement that, this probably isn't our guy. But if I would have told you at the beginning of the year that the Packers would go to the NFC Championship game and Aaron Rodgers would have a worse passer rating or QBR than Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby ranked 20th this year. But if I would have just told you, hey, Jacoby's going to do better in QBR than Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers are going to go to the NFC Championship this year, you'd probably say, okay, we're going to go for a good year this year. We're going to be in the playoffs. But
those
7 and
stats,
9 is what we go.
Those stats are misconstrued,
Yeah.
though, because Aaron Rodgers throws away the ball all the time.
Just a crazy stat to throw out.
It is crazy that Jacoby did have a better QBR, but Aaron is the most
got more touch.
accurate. He's way more accurate.
Yeah.
It's those throws.
He's elite.
And that's where Jacoby lacks.
Exactly. Yeah. So
He can't connect.
when Jacoby misses a throw, it's not because he threw it away. It's because he didn't throw it accurately.
Because it was a
enough.
bad throw.
Right. Whereas Aaron is throwing it away half the time. So.
Yes. It is his choice to throw it
But
away.
Brissett doing better than Aaron Rodgers? A-Rod?
Nah, man. I
That's
don't
pretty
buy
good.
that.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't buy
That's
that.
pretty impressive.
But I do think
You're not buying it?
no.
And that's the thing. I mean, his stats, the numbers are weird, man.
No, I understand it.
The numbers are weird this year.
We have to draft.
Let
a
me
quarterback
talk to
this year.
you about Marlon Mack, though. Week 1, 25 for 174 and a touchdown versus the Chargers. Then week 3, 16 for 74, a touchdown versus Atlanta. Week 5, 29 for 132 at KC, where we win. And it was on his back the whole time. That's the only reason we won that game.
Rewatching that KC game, though, I got to say real quick, rewatching the KC game, as painful as the Vinny saga was, he kicked 4 field goals in that Kansas City game and made them. And if we don't make one of those, we lose that game. And Vinny was honestly, him and the defense is who comes to mind when you see that game again. Who won the game? That defense played lights out.
Marlon Mack, 29 for 132?
He
I
did
mean,
great.
when I look back at
How many
most,
touchdowns did he get, though?
when I look back at
29
most of the
for
games,
132.
it's the defense.
Yeah.
The defense did good. I'm not
Defense
trying
kept
to say
us
they
in
didn't do
every
good.
game.
Yeah.
He
We
scored
would have lost every game if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came
But
out.
the defense needs improvement, and
Except
they
for the
they have
Carolina one.
they have stars. They have stars. Darius Leonard, Kenny Moore,
The defensive line, I think, needs
Anthony
work.
Walker. There's people on there. Justin Houston that come to mind that just had good years for us. But
Yeah.
Marlon Mack, like I said, 29 for 132 at Kansas City. Can you ask for a better game, though? For 132
All
yards.
right, he had a good game.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hate on Marlon Mack.
Week 11.
There is no disrespect
14.
for Mac right now.
Week
He's
11,
been my
14.
number one
Jacksonville.
go-to
How much do you
running
think
back
he got?
on fantasy 3 years running.
How much yards do you
But
think
Vinny
he got
and the
versus
defense won
Jacksonville?
us that game versus Kansas City.
Hey, versus Jacksonville, the stoutest defense in the AFC South. Oh, just 14 carries for $109 and a touchdown. Then he comes back 2 weeks later to face Jacksonville, 15 for 77 and 2 touchdowns. And that was the ball game really, because he did all right, but he couldn't feed him. His hands fractured at that point. And Jacoby Brissett, like I said, week 17, he threw for $162.
Yeah.
So, no touchdowns. So this is a guy who ran his ass off all year. And
No, he
definitely
did
deserves
phenomenal.
the next contract
He did phenomenal.
that the Colts will give him. Chris Ballard
He did phenomenal.
will give him. I'll be damned if we don't sign Marlon Mack again. This is his contract year, so this is a big year for him. Coming up in 2020, but in 2019 he had a stellar year. And
Yeah, let's.
can't
Yeah.
take that from him.
Yeah, so let's talk about our top 3 picks in the 45.
Okay.
What positions we gonna go with? We know the prospects are gonna change and people are gonna be
Top
hinted
3.
here and here and there.
Yeah,
we
this
might
is-
move up or down in the draft,
Yeah.
but
Top 3 though.
we got those 3 picks right now, and if we stay there,
3
what are
picks
the
in the
positions?
top 45.
What are the positions of need? Kendall,
You want me? Oh, let me jump in. Let me
Run it
jump in.
off.
Okay.
who's your 3?
Ooh. And this is no specific order.
Okay.
This is any one of these could be at any point in these first 3 in the top 45 picks.
Well, not for me, but
Well,
maybe
this
for you.
is for me.
Okay.
This is just strictly my vote.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm going all offense.
No doubt.
Surprise, surprise.
I think we all know, but I think that we need to look at quarterbacks. So I think that's one of the 3. I want to go with a receiver. If we grab another wideout, I think that would put us in
All
a
right.
place that would
I like your thinking.
launch us forward with our offense.
Definitely.
We saw it. We need better guys out there.
Definitely.
We need some better guys out there. And I'm sorry, I know how much you love Mac, and I love him too. No
Oh, don't
disrespect.
say it.
I think we need to find that superstar. I want to go running back. So quarterback, receiver, running back, any order. 3 picks in the top 45 picks of the 2020 draft. Go, Ian.
Okay. I will. First off, can't believe that you just picked a running back.
I want to see.
Marlon Mack
I
was the
wanna
best
see
thing
some
all
crazy.
season, and you both know it.
Nah.
Anyways, quarterback.
Here's the thing: you can't compare. It was a bad season.
Yeah.
You can't compare a good side by side. Jacoby
There were bad
Brissett,
parts of the season,
Jacoby
but it
Brissett
wasn't a
compared
failure.
to Marlon Mack.
It wasn't a failure.
Marlon
They were
Mack
7-9,
demolished.
2 games away from the
Outperformed.
playoffs. No. You can't do my dude like that. He ran
It's my dude. Too.
so good all year. He was 9th best.
Guess what,
in the
Mac?
NFL.
I'm still drafting you. I'm still drafting you in fantasy next year.
I guess
don't
ninth,
you worry.
9th best in the NFL isn't good anymore.
But I think that you either got to step
Is
up
there a
your
problem
shit.
with trying to be number 1 though?
You gotta
what
step
got
up
with
your
being
shit.
number 1
if
though?
you played 2 more
Mac,
games,
if you're listening, don't hesitate. You pause sometimes. You got
He
this
is gonna
little
run
hesitation. You just need to go for it.
No, he's
Listen
gonna
to me,
run
buddy.
so
Just
good.
gun it.
next season, and he's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
play his
I
way into
cut
Pick
the
you
your
off.
positions.
All
Yeah,
right.
pick
Let's hear
your
it. Let's hear
positions.
All right, quarterback, obviously number 1, first round, 13th overall. My pick is quarterback. You got to get this solved. This is the most important position on the team. No,
That's your head.
nothing will solve this issue. No other player, best player available is going to be better than a quarterback.
That's your head.
No, it's the truth.
No, I'm agreeing with you. The quarterback, that's your head.
Yeah, that's the head
You
of
know,
the body.
that's your brain.
Oh, okay.
That's what organizes it. That's what
It is.
If your brain doesn't execute,
It's the guy touching the ball every
nothing
play.
happens.
Quarterback.
Nothing happens.
Yep. Quarterback. Then we can move on. Okay, the next two positions are up for debate. I'm going wide receiver, and then I think we need to still fix that position group. And then I'm going defensive tackle and
DT.
Defensive tackle.
and I really want to see a better pass rush and run stuff next year, so I think the capita on that would pay off in the long run. Going up front, what Chris Ballard likes, he likes up front, winning in the trenches. Go ahead, get yourself a nose tackle.
I mean, that's where it starts.
Yeah, it does.
If you can't win in the trenches, the game.
Then these playmakers
Game's
don't even
over.
matter. Yeah. So I do think we need two big playmakers at the first two picks. Quarterback, obviously, receiver, and then defensive tackle. Jeremy, who you got?
All right. I'm going to go quarterback first.
Ooh, no surprise.
Why? Because Jacoby Brissett was the 20th QBR behind Kyler Murray, number 1 pick this year. Or last year. Winston behind Daniel Jones and behind Baker Mayfield, just to name a few. So we definitely have to obviously do that. We're all in agreement. Next, I would do wide receiver. Nowhere near 1,000-yard receiver this year for the Colts roster. Nowhere near.
Where's that at? Ty,
Nowhere
what
near.
happened, buddy?
He was injured.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, both years
still,
with Brissett,
why you keep
Ty
getting
hasn't
injured, man?
overperformed.
He doesn't choose to, but yeah, it was a hard season.
I'm just saying.
Next position, I go running back. Love you, Mac, but he had 8 rushing touchdowns this year behind one of the best offensive lines. And Aaron Jones and other running backs have doubled that this year and had 16 rushing touchdowns.
Ooh.
To me, you either got the guy or you don't. Mac is good. I see him as a role player. I see him us retaining him. But
He's still good.
you have to win
hateful.
your division nowadays.
So
And when Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette are in your division and they're beating you, you got to do something. You got to respond with a guy. You got to find that Edgerrin James again.
You got to have someone that's comparable.
You do. Because you got to beat them out. If you have the better line, there's no reason why you should have 2 other running backs in your division beating you. Not to discredit them at all, but our offensive line is young and gelling, and it's no time to waste. You want to talk about other people getting wasted, but this offensive line needs to be taken advantage of when we're in this mode. So I go running back. That tops out my first 3 picks, all offense. I think defense, you go later. I think you hit that 3rd, 4th round.
Yeah, defense is still coming.
You've hit
and
it.
You know what? Guess what? There's a kicker at the end of that train too.
Yeah. And you've hit so many defensive picks with the top, picks in your drafts of the last 3 years from Ballard. He's gone defensive heavy, especially
I
at the
think
top
it's
of the
time to
draft.
go offensive heavy
You have
in those
to.
first 3.
Yeah.
Because he's so good at finding those hidden gems.
It's going to be interesting
You find
this
those
year.
guys
Yeah.
hidden in the rough in the 4th and the 5th round. He can do it.
Would you guys take a free agent running back?
I don't want anyone old.
Free agent running back
what
is
was
kind
the
of a
guy's
joke.
name?
That's kind of a joke to say. Hey,
What
do
was
you
the-
want free agent running back?
Who's
the
Who
guy
either-
who left
who?
the
You
Eagles?
draft a guy
Who?
or he's
Who's
got
the
a
guy
lot
who
of
left the
mileage.
Eagles?
Who?
Who was for Miami?
Ajayi.
for a bit? Ajayi.
I don't see him as a
If
Colt.
I would have signed him this year, would have been the year.
I don't see him as a Colt.
Not next year.
And I think that's
You
why
have to get
that's
better
why
than Mac. You don't bring in a guy who's is good or worse.
The
You
thing
What about
is-
Adrian Peterson?
you draft a guy
or
who's
someone
special.
who's a veteran who's older.
The
What's
thing
the
is,
point of
I
that
don't
guy, though?
I don't think we're the type of team
relieve
that's just
Mac.
going to draft someone because they've got a name and they've put points up before.
Yeah.
I don't want someone to relieve Mac. We have that position in place with Hines and Wilkins and Williams right now. What you need to get, in my opinion, is a top running back to replace Mac because he hasn't stayed healthy in any year he's played so far.
That's so wrong. I just can't.
Name
It's
one
an
season
issue that
he's
needs
played
addressed.
every
Take your
game.
heart out of it.
It's not about
Take your
him
heart
playing
out of it.
every game.
Name
It's
one
about the
season.
fact that he played 14 out of 16. He was the 9th best, and if he would have been up there, you already know he would have had an extra 300 yards probably if he played 2 more games.
Where's our Leonard Fournette, though? Where's our Derrick Henry?
Maybe 2.
They're not hard to find. Go get a big boy and let him replace him. Go find some dude in the
thing
second
is,
round.
and we've seen it this year and last year, times are changing. The game is getting bigger, stronger, faster, heavier, hard-hitting.
You could not convince me.
We've got to upgrade. We've got to upgrade. I don't want anyone in the league right now. I want that
Yeah.
upgrade.
What
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Mark Ingram?
When you're
He
going to
goes
the store,
he goes from
you've
the
got the
Saints
iPhone
to
10.
Baltimore. No, man.
You go to the store, are you going to say, oh, well, I could get another 10, or I could get an 8 or a 7, or I can wait for that 11 to come out. I can wait for that 11X Pro Max to come out with the 3-camera Retina display.
Hey, I'm gonna tell
And
you
the slow-mo
something.
selfies.
The iPhone
Come
10
on.
is just as good.
Come
The
on.
iPhone 10 is just as good.
You got to win your division, though. And when 2
But
other running backs are
Here's
better,
the thing. Here's the
gotta
thing. I will
upgrade.
agree. The iPhone 10 is just as good, but longevity-wise, it's not going to last as long.
Then I mean, obviously, Marlon Mack's not gonna last as long as a rookie next year. But you're comparing age at that point. You're not comparing anything else. You're not comparing skill talent. I mean, you
It's
guys,
about
we
skill.
agree
It's
that
about
he
Mac.
has talent.
No one is saying that he doesn't have talent.
we love Mac. We're saying that if you draft a running back, a quarterback, and a wide receiver with those top 3 picks,
We are
there's no
stacked.
way we go 7-9 next year. There's just no possible way. That's too many weapons. And guess how many picks the Texans have in the top 45? 0. So you're immediately taking a
0.
punch out of them. You can't waste this punch.
Yep. So, should we move on, boys? Should we move on to the rookie, our favorite rookie?
Favorite rookie.
Shit, if you're scared and feel so, we'll move on.
If you don't want to keep talking about it.
See.
Hey, I can talk Marlon
Come
Mack
to
all
the
night.
dark
Okay. Simmer down there, lad. Simmer down. Okay, favorite rookies.
Favorite rookies.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
There's been
What a
some good
defensive
ones.
draft.
I just want to say for all the rookies out there, you all did fantastic. You all played a very important role. And you're all winners in my eyes.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet.
But we're picking just 3 of you fuckers.
Ah, there it is. So
Let's hit it.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, favorite rookie.
I think we all picked defense.
Jeremy, I'm gonna have to go with Kari Willis. You know, Michigan State product. First of all, I love Big Ten.
Willis.
I love Michigan State. I like their coach. I like how hard nosed they are. I like how they know what the weather's like up here. I like that he was established and a leader on that team. 73 tackles this year, 3rd round pick. I loved Geathers and I love
Did he have
Willis. So
73
it's
tackles?
73. His instinct and his ability to play all over was just really cool because he played multiple positions. He played lined up in the slot. He played safety.
Yeah.
He played,
They moved him around.
like a linebacker inside the box, outside the box. He played everywhere.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Yeah, Kari Willis.
Very impressed with the rookie.
Nice.
Super dope.
Nice.
Super dope.
Ian?
Yeah.
Who's your rookie?
I got Rakiya Sin.
Oh, very nice.
Now, he had some learning curves. Obviously, he was known for that PI and that holding call quite a bit for a little bit, but I think for the most part he did really well. We played him a lot, and usually takes about 3 seasons for a corner, anyways, to develop. So I think it's trial by fire right now, and he did solid. His best game was versus New Orleans. He had 10 tackles, and he had 64 total, and 58 of those were solo. So he's on that island getting all those tackles. And 10 versus New Orleans, where Michael Thomas was catching it, and he'd have to run behind him and catch up. But I like Rock. I think he's gonna get better next season and be real good player for us.
Very nice. Very nice.
Who's your guy?
I'm going with Bobby Okereke.
Okereke.
Going with Bobby.
Nice.
Big boy Bobby. And maybe it's because, we went to the game.
Are you hating
Carolina
on? Are you
game.
hating on Darius right now?
No, man.
You hating on the maniac?
No, not at all.
I'm just kidding.
I'm loving that they're going to be able to work together. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
No doubt.
For Bobby to learn and work with Darius Leonard and become just like him. Because when we were at the Carolina game, we watched that. And it was fantastic. It was such a great game to go to. The last 3 years that we've gone, and, everyone knock on wood, we've won the last 3 games that we've gone to, the last home game every year. So hopefully that can keep on going for the next years to come.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't jinx us.
But that's why we all knocked on the wood, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Loudest
he was
Lucas
just all
Oil's
over
been
it.
too.
He was all over it.
No, I
you
like
said
that pick.
Rockyson's best game, 10 total.
Yep.
Bobby Okereke, Carolina game, best game, 10 total.
Oh.
Yep, 10 total. 10
What's your guys'
solo
best game?
from
Did you
that
have
game,
his?
actually. And he had
Yeah.
65 total tackles.
Yeah, right there.
So right there with you. He had a little less on the solo. He had 48 total solo tackles.
Yeah, because linebackers usually are together.
Yeah.
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 My favorite thing about Kari is that he passes the eye test for me. From the first time I saw him and he stepped on the field, he was making plays, flashing all over,
Yeah.
cracking people, not scared to line up and hit somebody.
No, and I think that all 3 of our guys kind of have that eye test, and they've all
Yeah.
passed it. They look good out there. They're doing their job, and I only see growth for them. This was their first year. They're only going up.
Exactly.
No
They're
doubt.
so young.
Sky's the limit.
The next 2-3 seasons are going to be crucial to development and
Mhm.
how quick they can get up to speed with the rest of the league.
Yeah.
But they definitely start out on the right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the popular...
It's hard to live up to Darius Leonard, but
No doubt. But at least you got that leader in the room to look up to.
No, exactly. And I'm really glad that he's coming into a great leadership role and sets a really good example for the other
Anthony
players,
Walker's
no matter what
in there, too.
position,
Exactly. On that young
what
defense.
side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that Ballard has like a plan too moving forward. That he's kind of addressed that he wants more turnovers out of that defense.
Yeah.
He wants friction there.
No, and that's the thing.
and
Defenses
to hold
been
each other
looking phenomenal,
accountable.
but they still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. And they'll get there.
Oh, most
I
definitely.
definitely believe that we have the coaches and teachers in place right now. So let me hit you with a couple questions.
Hit me up.
What do you guys think about free agency stabs this year? Do you hit D-line or corner or any kind of position like that?
I think that maybe for free agency, I think a good place to maybe get a little more depth would be the tight ends. But at the same time, it seems as though we've kind of been cycling through them in the free agency already for the past couple of years. So
Yeah.
maybe we don't want to do that. But just keep the status quo. Maybe we keep looking for that tight end.
I could see a backup offensive lineman or backup defensive lineman, something similar to what we've done in the past, where we can plug and play them.
Yeah.
I really like.
Okay.
I really like to sign a defensive line. I think any pretty much any position just to add depth there, veteran depth.
We're gonna make a couple
Especially-
moves too.
I would rather.
Yeah.
I want to
always
see
do.
more defensive tackles. So whether there needs to be cuts going on and adding new guys, or just adding new guys,
Okay.
depends how the roster's gonna feel. But you might as well add a guy in there for camp.
Yeah.
And see if he's better than
Yeah.
the rest. And
And I mean, it just depends on
Competition,
who's
baby.
out there. But kicker.
Yeah.
yeah, kicker too.
Kicker might be a good thing
Although
to keep
the
an eye
kicker
on
was
out
a
there.
rookie last year, I don't think he kicked many long kicks. I think I don't know how big his leg is. I think he kicked
Who?
a 50-yarder.
He only missed one
The
field
new
goal
guy?
for
Yeah.
us. He only missed one.
I can't.
Chase Mc.
Yeah, is it Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Chase the kicker. He kicked the ball
McLaughlin or
accurately,
something.
but I don't know how big his leg is. I don't know anything about onside, how good he is.
I'm
He's.
still looking for Justin Yoon.
I'm looking for someone who's a G who can make every kick.
He's
Alright.
he's a Korean kicker.
Oh, for real?
Kind of who's that?
Is that the Atlanta kicker?
I was gonna say Atlanta has one,
Yeah.
a Korean kicker,
Yeah.
but this isn't the same guy. This guy, I think the last tryouts he did was for the Bears and didn't make it.
Okay.
So I believe he's just floating around free agent.
Yeah. No, I would definitely try him out.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
All right. Next,
Justin Yoon, go find him.
next question is
Justin
Pascal.
Yoon.
Is Pascal legit? He went for over 600 yards this season.
I think he's looking more legit. But is he too legit?
I
Is he
think
too legit to
Pascal
quit?
Too
is.
legit to quit.
I think Pascal's.
The coaches
Kind
rave
of
about
like-
him. Everybody's can't say nothing.
No,
but
he's
good
all right.
words about
He's
him.
all right, but he's not. I mean, come on now. Metcalf, second round pick, had better stats than him this year. So it depends who you're comparing him to. He's legit. He's a good receiver, but is he a top, 30 receiver in the NFL? No.
All right. How big of a need is tight end?
I think. I don't think it's top priority,
Mm-hmm.
but I think in the next year,
Neither do
maybe
I.
next year.
Yeah, I don't
next
think
year,
it's
I
a
think
this
we need
se-
to start worrying about it.
This
Cool
year
with
it's not
Mo
that.
Alley Cox backing up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Jack Doyle.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I want to see more of Mo Alley Cox.
I do too.
I think he didn't drop a ball this whole year. Pretty
I don't
sure
know if
caught
he
every
did.
ball that was
I know
thrown.
he's playing injured quite a bit throughout the
Yeah.
latter
Yeah,
half
I
of
would
the
like to
season.
see more out of him. Let's
He's
get
a
him on
fun
the field.
player. He's fun. He's got that radius.
Do a petition.
More for Mo.
Tweet in
Yeah.
at Bold Colts. Mo Alley Cox.
Get him on the field.
Get
He's,
more time.
he's fun.
Just get an interview. Got a great voice.
Call us up, Mo Alley Cox. Hit us up at Bold Colts. Twitter, hotline. Give
We're
us
gonna
a
get
ring.
Mo on the show. You know.
Slide
we're
into
gonna
those
we're gonna get
DMs.
Mo on the show.
Wait. I think he's on right now.
Bring, bring. Well, folks.
Next time.
Yeah, I think we'll have to save that for next time.
It'll be an off.
Save that for next time. So, yes, welcome to the off season. Hope everyone enjoys the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who's everyone rooting for in the playoffs? We haven't, we didn't talk about that at all.
Kansas City's fun to watch.
The thing is, I was
Gotta
riding
give it
him
to him.
all year. Lamar Jackson.
yeah.
He was fun to watch this year.
I was
Amazing to
blinded.
watch.
Yeah. What happened there?
I was blinded by the flash.
It's okay. I think he'll be fine. But
He's young.
wow. I mean, Kansas City. I think they're going, and I think
They have
KC.
I think Green Bay will lose. So I think it'll be a 49ers. KC.
Interesting.
Red teams. West
So who do you got going all the way?
Oh, for sure, KC.
KC.
Patrick Mahomes here. But I think it'll be close. I think it'll be like a 35 to 21. 35-21.
Yeah. I'll tell you, KC fans, they love their Mahomes. I had an Uber driver the other day that was a Kansas City fan. She was all over her Mahomes. All over.
He's the real
Love
deal,
it.
man. He's like
He's
Peyton
pretty
Manning.
good.
How could you not if
He's
you're
pretty
a Kansas
good.
City fan? How could you not?
Oh,
fall in love
yeah.
with that kid?
I
Oh,
mean, he's
yeah.
their best quarterback ever in their division.
He's
Golden.
the best quarterback probably ever.
Golden.
We'll see.
Well, folks.
Till the Colts draft one.
Yeah, right. All right. Hit us up
Yeah,
at
thanks for
Bold
listening,
Colts
guys.
Twitter.
Just good overview.
Ask questions. Get involved. We'll tweet back. Bring up your discussions on here.
Yeah.
But we'll be back soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Talk about some more prospects for next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bold
We'll
Colts.
we'll have some more off-season stuff coming up about who we should draft and go to the mock drafts and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
Peace.